Sabbath, boys and girls. Today I'll be presenting to you religious liberty from the great controversies perspective. Religious Liberty of Conscience, Chapter 35 by Ellen G. White. Parents should teach their children the truth so that they will not be easily influenced. Hence my presentation today. Romanism is much more accepted in the modern days than in the former days. Many people hated popery, so they taught their children to abhor popery. What is abhorring, you might ask? When you abhor something, it means you hate it. What is popery, you might ask? Well, popery is anything to do with the Pope, such as the Catholic Church. There has been a claim of infallibility for the past 800 years that the Catholic Church has never been wrong and will never be wrong. Many Protestants speak on the papal hierarchy due to its hostility towards free institutions that support religious liberty. In some countries, such as Spain and Italy, if you were to go there and do something, that is considered a crime against the Catholic Church. You could be severely punished, such as being imprisoned. But why would you be imprisoned? Well, it's because the Catholic Church has a very powerful emphasis on their beliefs and actions. So because of this, if there is a crime against the Catholic Church, it is considered a crime against the state. So due to this, you would be imprisoned. Which brings me to my next point, which is what is happening in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. There has been a march down of the Copacabana beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And this march down was to bring attention to the cases of religious intolerance over the past 6 years that have even doubled over those 6 years. Because what is religious intolerance, you might ask? Well, religious intolerance is when you do not tolerate someone's religion. This can range from simply not liking someone's religion to discrimination. Because of this, many neo-Pentecostal churches, in hopes to spread their religion onto others, have even attempted to do this using many ways that have ranged from peaceful persuasion to verbal abuse and discrimination. Many African practices are sometimes devalued and also discriminated against. And even the people who are part of these practices are sometimes devalued. Because of this, there has been a spike in religious liberty of intolerance over the past 6 years. And the Rio de Janeiro, Brazil Complaint Service has seen a rise of over 140%. So they have put in place a law which states that if you are part of the cause or the instigator of a case of religious intolerance, you can be imprisoned or even a smaller punishment, simply being fined. Because of this, there is a thing called the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is created in order to control people. Because the mark of the beast, unless you accept it, you might not be able to do many things, such as buying or selling. So due to this, many Christians might have to resort to barter. What is barter, you might ask? Well, barter is simply the art of exchange. if you have something and I have something, we could exchange it. That is barter. But sometimes the devil uses other ways to force people to under his many tricks. So because of this, instead of using upfront control, instead he sometimes tricks people using the Catholic Church is deception, because the Catholic Church is completely comprised of deception. But do not be mistaken, because it is not a clumsy imposture of deception. It is powerful deception, and many people are closing their eyes to the threat of the Catholic Church. The devil uses something called brilliancy of style in order to lure people who are not Christian and do not know the truth. What is this brilliancy of style? Well, it is in many forms, such as the beautiful jewels and gems in the Catholic Church's many chapels, with the beautiful melodies mixed to create song, and beautiful works of art known as paintings within their chapels. The devil uses this to attack people and control them. And even there are people who are part of the Catholic Church that are good people. But they do not know what the right from the wrong. So they do not know the good church and the bad church. They do not know the difference. They have never seen the contrast between them. We are not too young to know what religious liberty is and the truth and the many threats that are about to come on us. So I encourage my fellow boys and girls to read religious books and even the Bible. Some of these religious books are Patriarchs and Prophets, Great Controversy, and the Ministry of Healing. You should make sure that you attempt to read these religious books so that you can know the truth. Remember, you are not too young to know the truth and know what is going to go on in the upcoming future. Because right now, as I speak, we are in the end times. So it's not too late to know what is coming in the upcoming future. This is why we need to read these religious books, such as the Bible and other books from the great author known as Ellen G. White. So hence, I ask you to read these books and meditate on these words so that you can remember and you can know the truth about what is going to happen soon in the near future. What has anyone learned from what I have said?